It's just some things do not need to be said. Some questions do not need to be answered. Hello, everybody. It's your girl, Simone Nicole here. Back at it again with yet another video. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about why it is such a waste of time for you to continuously why yourself to death in every single situation and constantly ask why you don't have this, why you don't have that, why you're not where you're at in life. Because a lot of the times, friend, it simply does not matter. If you're new here, my name is Simone Nicole. I do all things lifestyle, and a part of my lifestyle is talking about my development as a young woman, the lessons that I learned, the lessons that I'm forced to learn that are shoved down my throat by God and the universe. And I like to come here and talk to you guys about them. This one was one that was given to me divinely, and I really hope that it is received by you guys. I was watching a sermon, as I do, by Pastor Stephen Furtick, and he was talking about the concept of being stuck in your whys and how it'll lead you into a circle with you chasing your own tail, and you can stay there if you want to, but that's actually not very practical. I also don't want you guys to think that when I say why doesn't matter, it means that you don't deserve answers for the things that you have gone through in your life. What I'm more so concerned about is you being stuck in the place that you're in because you can't stop asking why. If you're not new to my channel, then you'll know that one of my favorite sayings is, I'm a why girl. I will why everything to death. And that's still true, but I want to why to get down to my own intentions, to why I'm behaving the way that I'm behaving, where that behavior is coming from. And once I can find where it's rooted, I know how to behave out of it. And I do the same thing for the people around me. I'm asking why and where does this behavior come from, because it lets me into more of an insight as to how their brain thinks. And for me, that helps me to have deeper connections with people. It helps for me to understand people's intentions and just have more overall compassion for people. So I'm not saying for you to just be like, Simone said, who cares? Why not? It's not that. It's because knowledge is power. Question everything in life, but don't stop at the questions. Don't let the questions be the end of the road for you or continue to keep you in a stagnant place because you're not getting the answer that you want. There is a point in which your why will lead you to a dead end, and you have to decide where you're going to go from there. That dead end also is probably going to be something that is out of your control. So for example, you notice that you're an extremely non-confrontational person and you really want to change that. But before you change it, you have to examine why. You peel it all the way back to your childhood and you realize that you're not very confrontational because when you were younger and you decided to actually stand up for yourself, you were shut down, and that taught you that your feelings don't matter. Okay, great. You've gotten down to the why, but are you just gonna sit in that? Are you gonna say like, oh, well, I was shut down when I was younger and that's why I'm non-confrontational, so that's why I don't stand up for myself? I mean, you can choose to do that, but then what? Do you see the point I'm trying to make in saying that why you questioning becomes useless if you do nothing about it? To bring it to a bigger, broader topic that I refuse to get into because it pisses me off so deeply, so badly. Why is TikTok getting banned? It's one thing to do the research and to understand where this bill is coming from, which I will not go down a rabbit hole about. I'm holding my tongue so friggin' bad. But as creators, it's like I can sit and I can bitch and I can moan about something that is out of my control and I can why the situation to death, but that won't change legislators voting on something that can impact me financially from here on out. So what am I going to do about it? Are we seeing the point that I'm making here? Because I can sit and I can complain and I can sit in this same spot and pout, or I can take control and say, okay, well, if they stop this bag from coming in, then I have to make sure that I have another bag coming in to supplement this income. Again, the answer to your why generally isn't the most important lesson for you to learn, friend. For me, it's what I do out of that why that have taught me my biggest life lessons and have showed me what I am made out of. I also want to further elaborate on the point that I made about your why potentially leading to a dead end. I actually feel like that dead end sometimes isn't a dead end, and it's a door that sometimes a lot of us are afraid to open. So you have hit a dead end in your life. Why are you not progressing in this job? Why did the closing of your house fall through? Why are you not able to find love in your life? Truth is, in a lot of these situations, the answer to your why is not only irrelevant, it actually might not even be valuable, or I could go so far to say that it could be harmful for you to know the answer to said why. I forget where I saw this quote, but it was like something along the lines of, thank you, God, for protecting me from everything that I wanted, that I thought was a blessing, but in reality, I was being shielded from something that I did not need. It brings me back to the analogy that I was making in another video about the TikToker that made a video about how she was holding a piece of chocolate cake and her dog was at her foot, begging, crying, pleading for this chocolate cake. And she was holding it, just thinking to herself, like, all you know is the pain that you're in right now. You have absolutely no idea that I'm protecting you from something that could kill you. When you put that in terms of understanding why you will never get answers to questions that you have such deep wants to understand why, sometimes the simple answer is that it could have hurt you. One of my favorite lines of life that I often ask to people when they ask me a question and I feel like the answer is going to be hurtful, I will say, do not ask me a question that you do not want the answer to, because it's like this masochistic almost habit that so many of us have to ask, even though we know it is going to hurt us. And sometimes it hurts us in ways that we might not even be able to heal or come back from. Like, imagine if you went on a first date with somebody and they ghosted you. And you are like, I hate when people ghost me. This is ridiculous. This is so hurtful. Just be honest with me and tell me why you ghosted me. Well, that person could be someone that is shallow as hell, met you, decided that you were in their eyes ugly, and didn't want to date you because you didn't rise to their standard of beauty that they hold. And you could be really deeply struggling with self-confidence issues. So imagine if that person actually answered you and confirmed your internal struggles outwardly. I'll be done. Lay me down, dead. Like, it's just some things do not need to be said. Some questions do not need to be answered. I'm gonna have another honest moment with you, me and you, right here. Sometimes you endlessly asking why can be an excuse for you to stay stagnant. I'm sorry, I have to say it. We speak really hard truths on this channel. Actually, quick sidebar. It was fascinating to me when I was going through the comments of one of my older videos, and someone said that every time they see one of my thumbnails, they avoid my videos because they're not ready to face the things that I am saying in these videos. And I'm like, I be really coming off that hard to y'all? Like, that was really fascinating to me because I'm like, well, girls, I just thought that we were having like an honest moment like between us. Once we have this honest moment between the girls, like no one else has to know. Like, it's just like you and me. So it's okay for you to be vulnerable here. It's for you to be vulnerable with me and for you to be vulnerable with yourself. Like, you are your safe space. So in reference to this video too, like, it's okay for you to admit that you always wondering why and not being able to let go until you get it answered, and then you'll be able to move on. Girlfriend, sorry, there's a B. It's giving excuse. It's giving, I'm scared. And you know what? That's okay. It is so freaking okay to be scared. Like, let's dead, especially the strong Black woman trope. Let's dead that shit. It is okay for you to be scared. It is okay for you to take a pause and for you to say, like, wow, I'm shaken right now and I really don't know what to do and I don't know what's next. And I just need to take a moment. Oh, sorry for the drastic shift. A cloud just went by and we're filming in natural daylight today. It's okay for you to take a moment, but then you need to get back up, because you can why and go in circles and around and round all day, as I'm probably sure that you do. But at some point, you need to get off the ride. You need to stand up and you need to say, okay, I might not know why, and I'm just gonna do it anyways. And I know that you are uncomfortable, and I know that this is gonna be a learning process and baby steps, but it is okay to take baby steps. Another thing that I talk about a lot on my channel is that there's like this weird all or nothing mentality that was fed to us, I believe, by people who benefit from people being all or nothing. Because generally, if you're asked to go from 0 to 100, that 100 feels too uncomfortable for you to go to, so you just do nothing. My philosophy, don't go to 100. Do it poorly. How many times do I have to say on this channel? Do it poorly. Take baby steps. If you're afraid to leave your job because you're afraid of what's out there, you're afraid about what opportunities could possibly be for you, okay, that's very, very, very valid. But you know for a bendy fact that you cannot stay at this job anymore. Instead of questioning why they won't promote you, why they don't value you, why does your life suck, why do opportunities never come to you, you're not gonna quit your job and go somewhere else. But what you're gonna start to do is examine why you have this feeling that you are not worthy of a position better than where you are right now, okay? Then you're gonna take baby steps in healing that part of you. Once you heal that part of you, that raises your vibration so much, and it'll put you in a place of feeling as though you deserve more. That's step number one, just feeling as though you deserve more. And do you see how nothing in your actual life changed? Like, you didn't up and quit your job and become an entrepreneur and quit your 9-to-5. Like, that's unrealistic. But you did take a baby step in the right direction. And now, since you think of yourself more highly, you are able to start maybe even standing up for yourself at work and saying, hey, like, can we talk about my job performance? Because I think I'm doing a really great job, and I don't think that it's being reflected in my pay or the way that I'm treated. Or start applying for jobs that you feel like align with who you are truly internally. Baby steps. Baby steps, not big old steps trying to change our entire lives. I also want to add that it is important to practice this type of slight mindset shift for anything that you want to upgrade in your life. So using the job example, if you want a better job and you don't want to work at this company anymore and you see yourself being somewhere else, right? At your current job, let's say you are not standing up for yourself. You're not saying that you don't feel like you're getting paid enough, that you don't like the way that your coworkers are treating you. If you have that issue at this job, that will follow you to the next job. So whatever job you want next, let's say it's a position of management. Managers have to be good at confrontation, right? Managers have to be good with taking up that type of space. So you practicing it at your current job, whether it's received well or it's not, is raising your vibrations and telling the universe that I am ready for this position whenever it is ready to come to me, and I'm practicing the skills that I need now for the position that I want in the future. So again, it is okay to ask why in every single situation, because it will lead you to a place of introspection. It'll lead you to a place of understanding, but you need to understand what's motivating that why. I don't want you guys to look up one day and ask where your life is gone, because it is so easy to let so much time pass with you just waking up and doing every single day, not satisfied, constantly asking why, constantly being in this state of everything happens to me. And honestly, y'all, even look at this year. Like, I had to have a look at myself in the mirror and ground myself in the fact that it is April. We are almost halfway through 2023, and I have not moved on a lot of goals that I have for myself. And I'm like, okay, girl, we gotta get on the horse. It is so easy to let time pass you by and for you to look up and be confused as to what you have been doing with your life for the past 6 months, for the past year, for the past 5 years. And you do not want to let life happen to you just because you were so scared to get up and move. And sometimes life is so hard that you want to shrink yourself down and not move, because maybe if you don't move, life can't knock you down again. Because if it is an excuse to stand still, okay, fine, because you think that you're safer when you stay inside of this little box. But in reality, the easiest target to hit is one that's standing still. If you are so scared of life getting you down and messing you up and knocking you back down, you're actually going to be a lot harder to keep down if you keep moving, because hitting a moving target is a lot harder than hitting a stable and stagnant one. So get up, get out, move, do something, move somewhere. And if you have to ask why, then because Simone said to. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all to pieces. I will see you guys super duper soon in my next video. Remember to keep positivity in your life, because positivity breeds positivity, and we have absolutely no time for negativity in 2020. What is this? I'll see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.